welcome to Ask a Pennsylvania Dutchman. My name is Chris LaRose, and this here is Doug Maidenford, our resident Pennsylvania Dutchman. How are you doing today, Doug?
I'm doing all right. How about you?
I'm always good. All right.
Good.
Well, our question for today comes in from Max Webb of State College, Pennsylvania. Max wonders, what's all this Belsnickel stuff about?
Yeah, what about it?
Well, a lot of kids are used to growing up with Santa Claus during Christmas, so...
Well, yeah, that's what most Americans grow up with, but they're all wrong.
Yeah, well, can you tell us a little bit about the Belsnickel then?
Well, in Pennsylvania Dutch culture, we celebrate Christmas just like most Americans, but our Christmas celebration maybe is seen as a little bit weird compared to what the average American might celebrate. In America, we have Santa Claus and his reindeer, and he flies through the night. You know the story. Well, in the Pennsylvania Dutch culture, we have a guy that brings gifts. He's called the Belsnickel. But that's about where the connections stay, because from this point on, the story gets a little different with the Belsnickel.
Yeah, Santa Claus is friendly and has pet reindeer.
Yeah, Santa Claus, he sees a nice guy. You know, you can write him a letter and he'll write you back, and you can look and sit on his lap at the mall and all this stuff. Well, yeah.
The Belsnickel just scares the hell out of you.
Yeah, let me explain. First off, the Belsnickel, he don't have no reindeer. He don't fly through the night either. The Belsnickel walks. So first off, he's humble.
A lot less majestic.
A lot less majestic in that sense, yeah. And he don't look, well, he dresses in a fur coat, but it ain't red, and he ain't jolly. He don't go around going ho, ho, ho. He has a fur coat. Sometimes some people have envisioned him as having horns and a little bit of a dark face and these things. We have no real depiction of him. We just know what tradition has passed on. Well, he comes to your house. He'll actually come visit your house, and the kids will see him. Back in the 1800s, you had the Belsnickel actually came to your house. And he brought a bag full of stuff. That was the good side of him, but then he also brought a switch, branches from a birch tree, I think traditionally, in the other hand. So you got good and you got bad. And when he came to your house, the little kids would come up and talk to the Belsnickel, and the Belsnickel would ask him, well, have you been good this year? And of course, you know, the kids aren't supposed to lie, but we know every kid's bad. I don't care what anybody says. Kids are bad throughout the year. That's just normal. Now, if this was Santa Claus would say, well, that's okay, you know, we all make mistakes. Here's a $80 toy. Go have fun with it, you know. But the Belsnickel, well, if you've been bad, he'll switch you upside the backside, maybe more than once too. You know, and it's supposed to scare you a little bit, because if you were bad, you're supposed to get punished, right?
No, absolutely.
That's one of the big problems. The Belsnickel should come to every house in America and tell these kids what's what. These kids, the kids are bad, and then mom and dad buy them all these toys at Christmas. What's that teach a kid? What's it teach them? It ain't teach them nothing. And then the next year they're just going to be bad again. Oh, come December 25th, well, there's all this chunk underneath the Christmas tree. But with the Belsnickel, you get whipped a little bit. And then, if you're good, he'll usually give you some small things. Not expensive toys. Traditionally, the Belsnickel would give you an orange and some walnuts.
Makes a lump of coal look pretty darn good.
Maybe a little bit of chocolate. But that's it. No fancy toys, no video games, none of this stuff. It taught you humility and to be thankful for the little things in life. And it also taught you if you didn't behave, well then you get a little bit of a punishment. Now, doesn't that sound like a system that we should have in place in this country?
I'd say darn right. Yeah.
Don't you think kids should be a little bit scared?
Yeah, you gotta scare the hell out of your kids. That's the only way to make them do what you want.
By these parents today, they should emulate the Belsnickel, and they should say that throughout the year. You know, if it's July and little Johnny and Susie are out playing, and Johnny pushes Susie into the creek and gets her all muddy and hurts her.
Oh, what are you talking? No kids go play outside anymore.
No, maybe not. But if they did, let's say that. Then the parents could come in and say, Johnny, you know the Belsnickel is watching, and that's going to make that kid perk up and say, oh, yeah, I'm sorry, Susie, I'll help you get up and all this stuff. You say Santa Claus is watching, that kid, that don't mean nothing. That kid, he's going to say, well, okay, but Santa Claus is going to come and bring me toys anyway.
Yeah, well.
I am making a statement right now. I think the Belsnickel should replace Santa Claus.
Absolutely.
And it'll teach kids to be good and also to take stock in the little things in life.
I think so.
So this Christmas, when it rolls around again, You tell your kid, forget about the flying reindeer and Santa Claus and all that other hoo-ho, fooey stuff. You tell him the Belsnickel's coming, and then you find a picture of him on the internet, and you scare the crap out of your kid, and that kid you watch, he might behave himself throughout the year a little bit better. I know I did when I was a kid. I was afraid of the Belsnickel.
Yeah, tell them that this year they have the option between an orange or getting hit with a bunch of sticks.
Yeah, now the kid's always going to pick the orange, unless they're really weird.
All right, well, you heard it. This is Ask a Pennsylvania Dutchman. Thanks for joining us.
And while we're talking about Christmas, I guess I can give you a quick lesson. The way to say Merry Christmas in Pennsylvania Dutch is Hartliche Christdag. Hartliche Christdag.
Hartliche
Christdag.
Yeah, Dutch.
Better be careful. Belsnickel's watching.
Yeah, I don't want to say it wrong.
So, use that as a threat, parents. It's okay to threaten kids a little bit.
Absolutely.
I was threatened. Look how I turned out.
I turned out pretty all right, too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Max Scoot.
Max Webb, thanks for your question. And you too, watch out for the Belsnickel. Max Scoot.
Max Scoot.
If you have a question, why you have to email us at boss.pa@yahoo.com.